Whether you're out on the range or camping with your buddies, everything can change in an instant. And that's why today we're gonna be figuring out if this Amazon IFAK can save you or your buddies' lives. I'm Chris, and welcome to GWB Tactical. Okay everyone, so today we're going to be going over if this $40 Amazon IFAK has the capability of saving you or your friends' lives, whatever you may be doing. An IFAK is an essential core part of all of your gear. It is something that can do anything from stopping a little cut from getting infected to saving somebody's lives from a severe trauma injury. But the first thing we got to do to see if this pack will be able to do what it needs to do, I need to pull it off of this belt so we can dive into it and really see what's coming with this thing. Okay, now that I've gotten this off the belt, the first thing I want to let you guys know is that I am not a medical professional. I am certified in first aid and AED training, but that is about where my medical knowledge is limited to. But that is where I am trained in, is this kind of kit right here, which is an IFAK, an individual first aid kit. This is something that you would need to stop somebody from dying until you can get to a medical professional and help can arrive. Now this pack right here is from Flacon, but you can find these packs all over Amazon with different names from them. It's just one of those generic pieces of gear that you can find on Amazon for about $40. The amount of medical gear that comes in this is actually pretty decent. I wouldn't say that it is the end all be all, but what can you expect for something around that price range? But I'm gonna go over this with you guys and see if it's worth your time to put on your gear to trust your life with. So first things first, right when you come up to the pack, you've got your IFAK pouch right here. It's an actual IFAK inside of it. These things will come in a plastic wrapper, and you have to take the plastic wrapper off before you take this around with you, because that is one step you do not want to hassle with when you're trying to stop a bleed. Now these tourniquets that come with this kit are actually pretty stout. Most of the cheap tourniquets that you will get, this windlass right here will actually be plastic. The one that they sent with this kit has an aluminum windlass, which is something that you definitely want, because you do not want that windlass breaking when you're trying to save a life. If that windlass breaks, then you're down to something more primitive, like having to use a t-shirt to really tighten it down, and then you have to find something else like a pen to really get that thing tight. So having an aluminum windlass on your tourniquets is something that I will always go by and definitely recommend you do. Now this pack itself is in black multicam. You can get it in all different types of colors, regular black, regular multicam. You can get it in desert tan, OD green, all those colors, so you can get it to match whatever your kit looks like. It's got the MOLLE straps on the back with snaps. It's also got more MOLLE webbing on the back for however you would like to attach this thing to whatever piece of gear that you use. I have it currently on my battle belt, but I am going to be moving towards something a little bit more micro. This will probably end up on my chest rig later on. A nice little feature that comes with this little budget pack is there's a little red strap in here that you can pull out between the zippers. It's not necessarily the best in the world because this zipper system is really tight, but when you have it somewhat out, it helps you get that pack ripped open way faster. So you can rip it open, and there you go. You've got all your medical kit inside. We're inside the pack now, so let's go over and see what kind of medical gear you get for $40 on Amazon. The biggest thing that sticks out right here, trauma bandages. Trauma bandages are definitely an essential piece of an IFAK kit in my opinion. This one right here is just Flacon branded. It's one of those, like I said, one of those generic brands that you can see all over Amazon. Nevertheless, it is still a trauma bandage, and that is definitely something that is another point towards this IFAK kit. Going in a little bit deeper, you've got a Sharpie, so you can write the time that you put this tourniquet on somebody, so when a medical professional arrives, they know how long it's been on this person. They know whether they need to remove it and start medical treatment right away, or if they can let it sit on there a little bit longer to get to a better medical facility. Clothing shears, definitely something that I would recommend to have in all of your IFAKs, just so you can get to the wounded areas a lot faster rather than trying to take off somebody's pants or shirt, jacket, whatever the case is. You definitely need some medical shears, which is another great thing for this IFAK. Going in a little bit further, they give you some examining gloves. These are not sterile gloves, so when you use these, I definitely wouldn't recommend sticking your finger into somebody's wound, because you're probably going to get an infection. But they are nice to keep your hands clean from somebody else's fluid, so you do not get whatever is in their blood. So I give that semi-point because it would be nice to see something like some sterile gloves in there, so not only are you keeping yourself safe, but you can also help from giving somebody else an infection. All right, diving in a little bit more, we've got some compressed gauze. This is really nice because, again, gauze is a very essential piece of an IFAK kit, and the fact that they give you a compressed set of it is very nice. It keeps this nice and compact. It's not a very big kit, so there's not a lot of space. Good to see this. Another point for me for this Amazon kit. Going in a little bit more, you've got what I would call your boo-boo kit. This is gonna have your bandages, your medical tape, your alcohol prep pads, and other little bits and pieces that you would find in any kind of home first aid kit or any generic first aid kit. Something like this is really nice because not everything that you encounter is going to be a life-threatening situation. Sometimes you just have boo-boo. Sometimes you have those cuts that are just really annoying that you don't want to get infected, and if you don't always have antiseptic wipes or the triple antibiotic ointments, something you can do is just wipe it off with an alcohol swab and then just put a nice bandage over it until you can get back home or get to a doctor's office, wherever you go, to clean the wound out and dress it properly. Now, this isn't necessarily something that I am a fan of in this. When it comes to an IFAK, especially one that's going to be small like this, as they advertise it to fit on something like your belt, or if you're just looking for a lightweight trauma kit for your plate carrier, this is probably added weight that's not necessary, but it is also a very essential piece of any kind of true medical kit if that's what you're planning to be, as somebody who is going to be rendering medical aid to you, your friends, and anybody else you may encounter. So whether or not I believe it should be in this IFAK, it is still good to have stuff like this. So now let me answer the question that you came here for. Is this Amazon $40 IFAK kit going to save your life? Honestly, probably. When I say probably is because there's some other pieces of essential gear that I would be looking for in an actual IFAK that I would trust my life with on a day-to-day basis for almost any situation. You're not going to be able to cover every situation. Now, there are bigger kits out there on Amazon that you can buy that will have these higher end products in it, but obviously with those higher end products, you're going to be having a higher end price tag. But for a $40 option, I think it does what it set out to do very well. Would I trust my life to it? Honestly, no. There are some things that I am going to add to this, and I actually already have added to this, but it did not come with the pack, so that's why I don't have it here on camera. Some things like quick clot, hemostatic bandages, and also sucking chest seals are something that are very essential for an IFAK, so you can conquer any kind of situations that you come across with a traumatic situation to save you or your friends' lives. But for the price tag, I think this is a very great way for you to start. Not everyone out there is a medical professional, and I understand that because I am not a medical professional. You must do your own research. Understand that not every situation is going to call for the worst things in the world. IFAK should be something that are mission specific. Whatever you're planning to do is what your IFAK should reflect. If you're just going out camping and you're not going shooting a bunch, you're not planning on being in a high dangerously area, you know, things like these bandages are probably a little bit more better suited than a chest seal or some quick clot, or even sometimes you can go without a tourniquet if you feel like that's going to be something that is just going to add weight and space that you could use for something else that you will actually use in a situation that you're going to be occurring. I want to highly recommend that everybody go get as much medical training as they feel necessary. One thing that I will say that everybody should have is first aid CPR training, because you can do more damage with these items than you can do helping somebody with the wrong technique and not enough knowledge. I would probably definitely recommend this to the beginner, to the person who's just going to end up going to the ranges, who's going to be going out camping with their friends, who's going to be in situations where you could possibly see some injuries, but more than likely are going to be in a highly controlled environment where you're never going to really have to truly use it, because we always hope that you never have to use any of this gear. I hope you all enjoyed the review over this $40 Amazon IFAK. I want to know down in the comment section below if you guys think that this kit will save your lives in your applications. What would you add to it? What would you take away from it? And what kind of kit do you think you might be looking forward to in the future? If you guys would like to support our channel, there's a section down in the description below with with all of our affiliates, and anything you guys do down there really supports our channel and really helps us bring you guys the best production possible, and also helps us get more of these items that you guys are looking forward to for us to review. If there's anything you guys can think of that you've been considering wanting to buy and you're not really sure about it and you would like us to test it out for you, spend our money before you have to spend your money, let us know in the comment section below as well. If you're looking for any other social medias that we have, there's a link tree down below that you can catch all of our social media platforms with different kinds of variety of content. Go ahead and follow us on all of them. If you like what we're doing here, drop a like on the video, and always remember, who's got your 6? I hope everyone enjoyed this. I hope you all enjoyed the review that I did. Down in the comment section below, if you guys think you might pick yourself a fucking booger. I hope you all enjoyed this 40.
Get your shit together.
God damn it! We can bring you guys is the best pater. All right. I know. I got it this time.